Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Satterwhite Live. Josh Thomas here in the office. You'll notice that my fearless buddy Blake is not with me today. He's out on location. We're going to throw it to him soon. But before, let's just talk a little bit about what we're going to talk about today. We've done a series of what the Satterwhite's portion of the constructed shell was like. I think that was a 6 or 8 video series. It was really neat. It was kind of local to us, so we were able to go quite often and show you what was involved in the constructed shell. Well, this is the same house now, and it's on to the finish out stage. It's being managed by one of our local builders, the Moss Construction Company. Today you'll see Jacob Moss on the video, so that's what you got to look forward to today. Before I flip it over to them though, I'd like to go over the Satterwhite Log Home Statement of the Beliefs. We at Satterwhite Log Homes are Christians. We're not ashamed of our faith. We kneel to God only and no man. We're proud of America. We're proud of our pledge, our national anthem. We stand behind our flag, our military, our law enforcement and first responders. We revere our founding fathers and our Constitution, and we'll fight to the death for our country, for our families, and most of all, our God. So without further ado, let's throw it to Blake and Jacob Moss in the field.
House close to Longview, and all right guys, welcome back to Satterwhite Live. If you guys remember, we did a series, I'm not sure, 5 or 6 part series, where we came out to this house close to Longview, and we stacked the logs here for our Satterwhite seminar, and we're back out here today. We're here with the general contractor, a good friend of mine, just as Jacob Moss, and we're going to kind of catch you up to where we are so far. You know, we finished the last video that you saw. We finished the shell, and Josh and I kind of went over what all the Satterwhite crew does, and we're here today to kind of, you know, bring everybody up to speed and see where we are today, and kind of pull back the curtain a little bit.
Right,
Jacob.
yeah, we got several things we'd like to talk about and show you what we've done and the progress, and we'll go through each one of those things. We'll even talk about everything from the roof to plumbing, all the mechanicals we've done, what we're using and why we're using those things, and what benefits we think you can get out of them, and you know, we can even go through different parts of what's more economical on your home, and just lots of different things we can talk about today, and that would help you with your home. So
there's a lot of work going on here today too. So.
Yeah, lots of work, lots of different things we get to look at today.
Cool. All right guys, let's go check it out. I will say one thing, Jacob, this is one of the cleanest job sites I've seen.
Well, we definitely had some good help with that. We got Code 3 services keeping us. Anytime we need dumpsters, man, they're on it. They keep us whatever we need.
Several locations.
I think their headquarters is out of El Dorado, but I know they got a place right here in Kilgore.
Yep, they do.
They're a great company.
Great people too.
Great, yeah, good people. We actually know these people personally, and their company's phenomenal, and service is great. I mean, I had never had a better dumpster service by far. I mean,
Perfect.
honestly.
Well,
so
remember that, Code 3 services. Yeah. Sounds like we got something going on back here.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look.
All right, we've got Ballard Septic Company digging the septic tank back here, getting ready to install that.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so what these guys are doing, they are digging the hole for a 4-gang septic tank that's going to service an aerobic system, and that septic tank is going to be roughly 7.5 foot wide by about 12.5 foot long. It's got 4 compartments on it, and that's going to feed out to this aerobic system that we have going on here.
Yeah, no, and keep in mind too that aerobic systems are necessary for this. You know, when you got ground, as in this particular application, that where you can't use a conventional system because the ground will not accept the liquids into the ground. You have to have this type of application. So, and also remember, a lot of people have.
Well, there's municipal codes too.
Well, there's different codes, different places. It just all depends on where you're at. But in most applications, you got to remember it's just not all about, you know, what you want or what trying to unlost my words here. It's not all about what you want. It's about what you got to have for that certain type of ground. Is what I'm saying.
Am I right when I say you're getting that from a perk test?
Yeah. You have to have a perk test, and that's basically going to determine what system you can have that'll work properly for that ground.
Perfect.
But a lot of people get deterred from aerobic systems because they don't like the sprinklers and stuff, or they think they're going to get a lot of bad smells. All that stuff is so updated now that you don't get any of that. You can put the sprinklers as far away from your house as you want. You can spread them out. You can even set them out in the woods if you'd like. I mean, it's such a great system. It's easy to deal with. The maintenance are super low, and it's a really great way to go with a septic system.
Well, we want to especially thank Ballard Septic Systems for letting us show them how this process goes, and we appreciate that. Let's go. Let's take a look around.
All right.
Okay, so the last time we were here, we had synthetic felt on the roof. As you know, Satterwhite Log Homes doesn't install the shingles, but they are now installed, courtesy of Moss Construction. So,
yeah. So, and what this is the most popular shingle we put on. It's actually Tamco. This is a silver colored architectural shingle. We do recommend that you go with something like an architectural. These are a 25-year shingle
versus a 3-tab.
Versus a 3-tab or something like that. They're thicker, they're heavier. They'll stand up to your weather a lot better, and they look great as well versus your regular old 3-tab or roll. So
absolutely,
yeah,
looks great. Okay, so here we are on the back porch. Jacob, what's going on back here?
So. What we got going on back here, we actually got instead of having a traditional dryer vent system that exits the house on the bottom like most applications, this is a system where we're actually able to go up and out through the roof. We're able to make a special piece of dryer vent system that goes through the wall, so you don't have to worry about hoses running behind your washer and dryer. You don't have to worry about cutting through into these beautiful logs out here or anything like that. This system goes up and out the roof. It vents that way. The only recommendation we have to this system that might be a little more more maintenance than a regular dryer vent system, that we just require that you clean it once a year. That's it. But it's a great way to go. It's out of your way. You don't have a big old ugly dryer vent right down here at your feet.
Well, and that gives you more freedom to locate your laundry room too.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and the sound too. You don't come out on your back porch enjoying yourself and got the dryer vent blowing back here.
Gotcha. Well, that's a good idea. I've never seen that before. So. Yeah. Okay, we're back here on the rear corner of the house, and back behind Danny is the well. So, Jacob, what is this clear tube? I assume it's a water line, but.
Yeah, so what this is when we get the plumbing installed in the house, which we'll look at here in a little bit, we always have to pressure it up whether we've got the water line installed or not. So sometimes if the permanent water line is not already installed, we have to do a temp water line, which is what this is right here. Yeah. And it's simply just a piece of PEX, but this is something to keep the water the water in the house pressured up, all the pipes. We want to make sure there's no leaks and that there's no future leaks. So we can keep continuous pressure from day one on all the pipes in the house.
That's a good idea. Yeah. So cool. I'm sure it certainly helps you to detect any leaks if you had any.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, and if somebody ever hits something during woodwork or sheetrock or anything, we immediately know it. Right. A lot of people like to use pressure it up with air and keep a gauge on the end of the line. This is just a foolproof way of doing it. Because if you hit it, I mean, you're going to have water immediately. Right.
Well, that's a lot more. I would think that's a lot more foolproof than air. For sure.
It's definitely dummy proof, and that's the way we like to keep it. So
cool.
But
all righty. Okay, so we're here on the side of the house on the gable end, and I see, I don't know, 3 or 4 pipes or vents. What are those?
Right. So. We've got one in the middle, and what that is since this house is going to be a spray foam insulation house, we don't have any vents to the house. So in order for us to get fresh air to the AC system, we have to put an exterior vent out here.
Gotcha.
Now, the smaller pipes are our venting for our plumbing, our vent pipes, and then one's going to be an emergency drain for the AC system. Now, real quick, I'll talk about why we put those in the gable end, and the reason is that there's no difference from venting them there or in the actual roof as far as air and venting goes on the plumbing system, but the reason we put them particularly there is that we're trying to get everything out of the actual roof system that we can, because when we do that, that helps prevent leaks or roof damage or anything. Really keeps everything that we can out of there to help you not have a lot of penetrations to that roof.
Yeah,
and
the less penetrations, the better.
Right, and just a lot of less areas for problems in the future as well. You know, just a big deal that we kind of really started paying attention to the last few years and got with our plumbers and stuff, and it's really worked out well. We've done it on several houses.
And once you know, it's rough. This is rough plumbing right now. Once you trim them out, you'll put nice trim pieces on.
Oh yeah, they'll be painted to match. You don't even see them. They look great and they work great. So it's
good idea, Jacob.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're here in the garage, and this is going to be the location of the tankless water heater.
Correct. So a lot of people don't realize that you can put the tankless units just about anywhere on your house. You can put them outside, garage, attic spaces. In this particular home, we chose to put it in the garage out here. It's out of sight, it's out of the way. It's also easy to vent this system. If you notice up here, we got two small pipes. That's actually inlet for the air and outlet for the exhaust for this system that's going to mount right here on this wall. Now, what's different about this, it's not just a tankless water heater, this is a circulating system. So what that means is that there will be a constant circulation of hot water through all the hot water pipes in this house. That's why we got a few extra pipes right here to circulate this system. And what that'll create is instant hot water. You won't have to wait on it, and since it's a tankless, you'll never lose your hot water either. That's
a slick system.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Okay, so we're here in the laundry room, and let's kind of just get into a little bit more detail about what you were talking about, venting on the dryer.
Right, so outside earlier we was talking about how it's actually penetrating through the roof, and how we don't want to go out through any of these exterior walls. So this is basically the setup. It's all just your regular, basically same material you use for rigid ducts and air ducts and stuff like that we're using here. This is actually stuff we just have made by our AC company. They do a great job. They make it specific for each house. So this usually isn't something you can particularly just go and pick up. It's something it's custom made. But it allows you, like we was talking about outside, it allows you not to have to worry about running all your stuff behind to an outlet that goes out the exterior wall. You got a direct connection up and out.
Gotcha. That's a good idea.
Yeah, it saves a lot of room. It really does. Cool. So also, just one thing we do recommend with this system is you'll basically have to do what we call a yearly maintenance cleaning. It's very simple. It's just for any lint buildup you may have. We recommend you do it at a minimum of once a year. It's not a big deal. You get your vacuum cleaner or whatever, shop vac out. They also make some real cool little systems at Home Depot now, and your local hardware stores that is specifically made to clean dryer vents out. They're real inexpensive. So either way, a lot of people, with the old systems, it's really, either way, this one or your regular systems, it's still good to clean them out at least once a year just to keep from having that lint build up.
All right, cool. Okay, so we're here in the great room. As you can see, a lot of stuff's going on here. We got some electrical and some AC ductwork ran.
Right. So the AC system's pretty much 100% at this point. You can see up here behind us, this is actually the interior unit, which is your plenum and your blower and all that stuff put together. Everything ran out from this is all flex duct. One thing I do want to make a point on about flex duct is some people, we like to use it because number one, it doesn't sweat. And number two, it's so easy to run out through these houses. It's so easy to run through tight spots. We don't have no issues with it as far as, having to make corners and stuff like that and re-insulate it. It's a great product all in one. And since, again, like we was talking about outside, since this is going to be a foam house, this does have a fresh air inlet because once this house is foamed, it's so tight, there's no draft whatsoever in here. It is a very tight home. The foam combination with the logs, it's so tight that even such things as fireplaces and like that, we have to have fresh air for.
Right, have to introduce fresh air.
Absolutely. So that's where all that combinates with that and has to make that system work properly. If you don't have that, you can have a condensation problems. You can have the system won't heat and cool properly. There can be all kinds of issues that can arise from that.
Okay, perfect. Okay, we're over here at the wet bar in the living room.
Right. So what I wanted to point out right here, pretty much every day, nowadays everybody's using PEX, but there are different kinds of PEX.
Okay.
And this particular one is an open door PEX, or some people call it PEX A. What I really like about it is mainly the fittings. You have a lot of great things that go with these fittings. So number one is, and with the open door, the traditional PEX has the crimp fittings. This is the expansion fittings, which you actually have to have the expansion gun to do it. Okay. But it's proven time and time again that this is a pretty much a foolproof system. No leaks on it. But what I really like is that instead of having basically where the diameter of your fittings that slide into your regular PEX, these open up those ways, those pipe, the area inside your pipe to where it doesn't lose pressure or lose water volume.
It doesn't neck it down to
right. Yeah, it's a lot better system when it comes to that, and it's just, man, it's basically when you stretch that pipe, that fitting out. Yeah. You're never going to lose the pressure of that fitting because it's always trying to get back to the size it was.
Yeah, you can have as big a pipe as you want if you're going through a half the size fitting.
Absolutely, yeah, it's the same thing, and and it's basically the fitting will never get loose; it'll just get tighter. So
cool.
But yeah, and also I want to point out too, these are something that we really like. This is basically your shutoff valves they go under your sinks for your vanities, anywhere where you have any kind of faucets or anything. And it's just a nice application. You don't have just a stub out sticking out of your wall or anything like that. It's already ready to go. It's ready to hook up to right now. I mean, it's a great. It looks great too. It looks a lot better than the old style. Yeah, it looks clean, nice and neat.
Okay, well that about sums it up. Jacob, I want to sincerely thank you for letting us come out here and take a look at this and
absolutely
share your knowledge with us. So
I look forward to sharing the rest of it with you as it progresses.
And we'll keep coming out here every couple weeks and keep you guys updated.
I would like to take a minute to make a couple of shout outs to some of these awesome subs we got working out here for us. Andy Burris from Embry Electric's doing all the electrical for us out here, and then we got Cole Air Conditioning. They're out of Athens. Do a super job. Do a wonderful job, Cole Air Conditioning. And then we also got Carlos Plumbing. Man, he does a phenomenal job. And just all these guys do wonderful jobs. Jam up, they finish their work, they're wonderful. So just wanted to give a good shout out to all these people out here helping us make this project go great.
Perfect. We appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Well, thanks, Blake and Jacob, for giving us an inside look at the finish out of a log home. We don't see that a lot, but we're able to see that today, and I appreciate you guys for doing that for us. I want to give a shout out to my wife, Megan Thomas. She's the one that designed that house, so it's got a lot of neat features from her ideas in there. Once again, thank you so much for joining us for Saturday White Live here. We hope to see you again next week. Again, like, subscribe, YouTube, Facebook, however you're watching us. Comment or call us with any questions or ideas that you'd like us to cover in the videos, and we'll sure do that for you. We'll see you next week.